Alright, welcome back to another video, guys. I hope everybody's having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new 2023 Tesla Model X. And I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons as to why you should purchase it. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I want to go ahead and cover is the speed. So this thing is a dual motor. It's not the triple motor plaid setup, but it is a dual motor that makes 670 horsepower and does 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. And the quarter mile time is around 11.8, which is a pretty reasonable time. However, the Plaid has about 1,020 horsepower and it's going to make about 1,400 newton meters of torque, and it's going to do a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, if not a little bit quicker, which is absolutely bonkers to think about a 5,700 pound SUV doing that. But here we are. This is 2023. We live in a day and age where we can just kind of do things like this and get away with it, and have people purchase these things and get away with it. Next thing I want to go ahead and talk about, since we're on that kind of subject, is safety. So even though these things are really powerful, these are the safest cars that you can buy, tested by the NHTSA, which is the National Traffic Highway Safety Administration. Basically, they are the people that do the tests, they conduct everything, and they tell you if the car you are driving is actually safe or not. So every Tesla has gone a 5-star rank, which is kind of unheard of. Pretty much any other brand does not have that. Tesla is in the lead when it comes to having the safest cars, period. I can only imagine what it's going to be like whenever the Roadster comes out, because I would love to see if that thing's actually safe, because a plaid setup with a coupe is... That's a little different. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked. So the next thing I like about this car is going to be the big-ass 17-inch horizontally laid out screen. You can do so much from the screen. You can do so much. I'm looking at like 5 different icons right now. I shouldn't be looking at the icons. Excuse me, I should be looking at the road. But I'm looking at how fluid the map is. I'm looking at how just perfectly in motion everything is. The graphics are extremely quick. The graphics are super responsive. Everything, the touchscreen is super responsive. Everything that you would want out of a touchscreen, especially in a car of this price point. And of course, we can't not talk about this big gauge cluster screen. It's a 12.3-inch diagonal gauge cluster screen that displays your speed, where you are in the lanes, your autopilot settings, traffic aware cruise control, lane keeping assist, your lights, your battery, the temperature, all that fun stuff. And then on the left, there is a section that is going to be blocked off for navigation. Whenever you actually have navigation on, it's going to show it there, which is pretty cool, because then you can occupy your screen with the cameras, which I really like. The blind spot cameras, you can do that, and it's going to be a lot easier for visibility in a car this big. So the next thing I want to go ahead and talk about is visibility. This car, the mirrors, they're kind of small for this car. I'm not going to lie. The mirror up here, this mirror right here, I know you can't see it, but it is just, it's literally the same mirror pulled out of my Model 3 and just kind of tacked on there. I am actually shocked, but way too small. The visors, oh God, if you can even, I'm not even going to try to get them out, but whenever you do, the visors are way too small. They don't cover enough area, surface area, in order to actually block out the sun in a purposeful way. Oh, God, this thing is so quick. I lost my train of thought. Also, the range on this thing is actually really impressive. I'm getting about 380 miles of range total. It says that I'm going to be getting from this charge. So 380 miles out of a Model X, that's pretty impressive. We'll see what the actual rated range is, because that's ideal. But yeah, real world range equates to 335. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Anyway, so back to the screens. You can control literally anything from the screen. I'm talking about pedals and steering. You can even control the suspension. There are 4 different suspension settings: Comfort, Auto, Sport, and Advanced. And then there's also a bunch of different ride heights. You can basically change the ride height, the compression, the rebound, and you can display all your data, live data, and see what the springs and shocks are doing and everything like that, which is pretty cool. And then my favorite part of this is the advanced section. So I don't know if I'm going to actually put up a video on this, but I'm just going to keep explaining it. But basically there's 5 different settings. There's ride comfort and then handling. I have it in completely soft for ride comfort, and then I have handling over in completely sporty. I'm not gonna lie to you, this suspension is actually pretty impressive. However, I don't know if it's because it's really new, but it's very bouncy. You find yourself doing just wafting, I guess is the right word. You waft over the bumps and then you do like this. It's really weird. Like right there, like right here, you're bouncing. I don't know. Someone please tell me in the comments, is that because the car is so new that the compression and rebound is just tightened up, or if that's going to loosen out over time, or if this is it. Hopefully it's going to loosen out over time, because this is a really, really bouncy suspension. I drove the Model S not too long ago. I have a video up on my channel about that, the new Model S 2023. That suspension was the same way, and it was really bouncy. I tried, there was one point I was on the highway, and then there was like a bridge where you have to do the kind of go over a bump or whatever, and I almost got airborne to the point of where my car did this, and I was like, oh, you know, probably shouldn't do that in a car that's, one, not mine, and number two, that weighs this much, that it could potentially turn into an actual, I can't say that word on YouTube, explosive? Okay, but anyway, other things that you can control from the screen are like autopilot lights, your display, your navigation, your safety, your service, your software, your trips, your locks, your suspension, your pedals and steering, your controls, and of course you can search. And then my favorite part about this whole screen setup is the fact that that is the gauge selector, or the gear selector screen right there, the thing that you drag up and down. Those are your gears. That's how you roll through your gears in a Tesla. Unfortunately, you can't do that. God, I miss engines, I miss transmissions. Please, please, please help me get enough views so I can get another gas-powered car on this channel. Oh my God. But anyways, other things you can do on this car are go really fast, be extremely safe, be super quiet, look pretty okay. I mean, the Model X is probably one of the best looking Teslas you can buy. The Model S is the best looking Tesla you can buy as of right now. I'm not talking about non-production cars like the Roadster. That's clearly the best one. But, and hey, some of you utilitarians out there might like that Cybertruck. So, yeah, that's whatever that thing is. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm getting really sidetracked here. There's a really, really nice neighborhood on my right here. Holy shit. Yeah, one day, guys, one day I might be able to afford the window of one of these houses. Oh, God. But anyways, I don't really know what else to talk about, because that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, any at all, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, peace out. I'll see you in the next one.